Hey, what up? How do we open this? Window capture. Do I need to have it open for it to see? Why aren't my other windows showing up? That sounds so good. How do I open this thing? Game capture? Capture specific window? Ultimaker? Notepad? There's no Firefox. No Firefox. Ah, I have a window here that I want to open in the OBS, but I ain't getting anywhere with it. I ain't getting nowhere with it. Window capture. Window capture. Oh, there it is. Finally. I'll bring this one over top. Capture 5. There we go. Ah, shoot. I don't know if you can hear, but I have a printer running in the background. All right. You can't hear the application, can you? Yeah. Application. Another application audio capture beta for Firefox. Yeah. Now you can hear it. Run, something inside him said. Run.
Run, something inside him said. Run.
So, first run introduction, get to the end of the cavern, and to another for indoctrination. And run to right side pillar and first run. Hatch, egg, egg. Out. Go around big bed. Dun, 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 dun. Big blinds. Lightning.
The great crushing thing, the great
Yeah, that
cylinder.
jump there at
stopped.
the beginning is real difficult.
Perhaps it was safe here for a little while. How quickly it learned to use its legs and its trunk. But these things were not so much learned as they were remembered.
Remembered.
Perhaps the little Trebhum thought they were a gift from the strange voice it heard in its mind. That too was a kind of memory. Carried this light for a long, long time. And it knew that now that responsibility had passed to the next generation. Yes, this young Trebhum had to carry the light to those great towers in the distance. It could have stayed here to learn many old things, but the cylinder would not allow it. Run, the inner voice said, run. The towers would not stop the cylinder unless they were activated. Quickly, the Trebhum had to step on the symbol or the cylinder would not be stopped.
I don't know why, but I'm taking a huge risk by trying to print this whole thing at once, so I should have done it one by one. And the first layer didn't look too good. I should probably
Our young
stop
friend
it and
had
restart
found
it.
an egg, a
But
Trebhum
whatever.
egg, with one of his siblings inside.
You get
The
the
egg had
egg.
been abandoned, but it could still be made to hatch. All that was needed was a source of heat. But
I don't want to see a single. I don't want to see a single miss on the skip jump here.
it was hard for the Trebhum to know what to do or where to go. But the friendly voice suggested this was not the right way. To find your path, it said, you must follow the beam of light that emanates from the tip of the tower
24.
and stay away from
Nice.
the deep waters where the old things dwell.
That's a big jump. And it's pretty warm.
The Trebhum found themselves almost as lost as they had been in the beginning.
Beginning, like
But the
Genesis.
voice in their memories comforted them. It was only natural to be confused, it said. They had been born into a strange, broken world, cut off from the history of their ancestors.
Look at how much just got deleted right there in that one line. End fifth round, start sixth round, which is the lightning round.
Everyone was a little lost these days. What mattered was to keep going, to keep looking for answers, to keep carrying the light they held within them, the light that stopped the cylinder. In this strange, eerie temple, the Trebhum felt something stir in their memories. There was a great power in this place. Something from the days when even the elders were young. Perhaps it could help them. The Trebhum were disoriented for a moment. Something new had entered their memories and they needed to make sense of it. It seemed to be a map.
Map.
And on this map, a location had been marked. If they understood correctly, there was some manner of serpent, a guardian, a greater being of some kind, somehow linked to a safe haven. Could they find refuge there? Their ancestors must have created this map for a reason. What manner of strange beast lurked behind the cylinder? The Trebhum were deeply unsettled by this new mystery. But though some part of them was curious, they were certain it would be best not to find out.
Just making all kinds of rattling noises. I dropped connection there for a moment. And I'm still dropping connection.
As their fear faded, the Trebhum started feeling weak and tired. With all the excitement and adventure, they'd neglected their most basic needs. The sound of an empty stomach reminded them that survival requires more than escaping from danger.
You
You also have to eat.
eat.
Luckily, one of the many gifts of the Trebhum is the capacity to store food in their bodies. But they still need to digest it to gain the vital energy that gives them strength. And for such small creatures, they do require rather a lot of food. Fortunately, the savannah was rich in flora and fauna which would satisfy their little bellies
Yeah, it's a
without
belly.
necessarily triggering a mutation.
Eat food, digest. We're at the fourth run. And the fourth run. Wait, you don't have music on? That's wild. That's wild. I already knew that though. Here we go. You don't clear over toxic pit? Right around here? Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make it quite easy. I never considered like jumping on a high spot in the pit to make it easier to cross. Concentrate, the run, and this run over here on the left side. And that's the lightning run.
Push out by.
Eating and digesting. Did you get a second person? Ah shoot, when did you get the second person? I've not been paying attention. Yeah, there's a second person.
Did the most basic.
Right here.
Their fear faded. With all the excitement and adventure, they'd neglected their most basic needs. The sound of an empty stomach reminded them that survival requires more than escaping from danger.
Okay.
Any gift as this enormous creature was,
Those
the
are
Trebhum
not
felt a sense
consistent.
of relief to see it descend.
I don't like to use those orbs because they're not
This was the celestial
always in the
being
same
they'd been
spot
taught
and they
to
don't
seek.
always need the same thing.
Perhaps it held an answer to their troubles. Relieved
Fail.
of having bested the Guardian, the Trebhum now found
Oh,
themselves
you eat the
seeking the
glow
help they
fruit.
had been promised. Who would answer their questions in this place?
I'm not sure that's completely necessary. Oh, that was a good jump though. Okay. Right up to the platform. On the side there, that's a good play.
Encountering another elder
You don't risk
was a happy
hitting
moment.
the updraft.
As they left the elder's cave. Their only path to salvation was full of uncertainty, and they could not forget the thing they had seen lurking behind the cylinder, casting a dark shadow over this glimpse of light. The Trebhum had never seen this mysterious tree the elder spoke of. They would have to keep moving forward and hope it lay somewhere ahead. The cylinder would give them no other choice.
I'm already seeing a couple objects I might have to print separately.
Had mysterious tree.
Ooh, he went around the left side here. Oh, and then went to the right side again.
Ahead. Seen this.
I mean, it's almost definitely
The Trebhum had
faster.
never seen
No, it
this
is definitely
mysterious
faster to
tree
go around
the
the right
elder
side of the
spoke
mountain
of.
here. Because
They
you,
would have to keep moving forward and hope
because the
it
tower
lay
is like
somewhere
off the right
ahead.
side of the
The cylinder
mountain.
would give them no
So
other
you're going
choice.
like maybe 2/3 the circumference of the mountain to go around the left side instead of just spreading past it. Maybe even like 5/8, 2/3, maybe even 5/6/8. I don't know my numbers. And who's the eighth run is right there? Dang. So here's the 8th run. Let's see what he does here.
And rock, and it could sense the soil under the
And
feet changing.
going right into it with
Step by
a
step,
quarter wheel of
they were
stamina.
getting closer.
Oh yeah. Easy selling. Wait a second. I can't read that. Easy creature aggressiveness is off. Is there any reason for that? Hunter's making all kinds of funky noises. Holy crap. That's good. If there's any reason for the creature aggressiveness being off. Going easy cylinder. So it applies. You already started. Yeah, you already started the run, and then turned the easy aggressiveness on. So it's crazy that it even applies there. I wonder how far you could get, and how close the cylinder would have to be for you to turn on easy and still get through. I mean, that's pretty smooth. It's not too far behind, and you get a good head start into the next section before the servants wake up.
Its very form seemed frightened of it. Name. It was called
I don't...
Name of Was this what was Evans' monstrous creature?
I don't get why they go around the left side of the island here. Run. After 8th run. How do I open my Eternal Cylinder saves? File Explorer. See. Users. Quasar. App data. Local. The Eternal Cylinder. Saved. Save games. There we go. Replace that with after 8th run. Variety 1. Copy. Paste. And restart the game. Eighth run route speed testing. Uh-oh. There we go. Use here. Let's see. And left side. Bouncing or no bouncing? I think I won't. I'll try not to super jump. Let's actually see what route he took.
Was this one of
From the tower here, next skirting past the pond,
the had warned them?
diagonally over
The
the
voice.
chasm
The Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was
towards
called
the left side of the water here, and then along the water to the willow trees. Let me just get a grip on that route before I time it. Let's say we start from the save, and then I'll hit clutch as soon as I do that. Okay. This is a test run, so I'm not going to save this time. I'm just getting the route down.
this monstrous Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form.
You went past this guy.
Even the voice and their memories seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was called
I'm dying.
the Mathematician.
So, over that chasm, if I can do it better. To the water, then along the water here. I'm gonna stop though.
Finally, the weeping trees that the elder had told them to find
Upward,
within the Trebhum's grasp.
hitting this geyser here.
But though the Trebhum were happy,
So,
they realized that they faced a new
okay.
challenge.
Let's do that route again. So it's along this way. Past the water.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebhum. Even the voice and their memories seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebhum remembered the creature's
I'm getting
name.
around.
It was called the Mathematician.
How does he do that?
Seemed frightened of the Trebhum.
Yeah, he just does it. He walks
Its
for a
very
little bit
form
before doing it.
terrified
Okay.
the Trebhum. This one of the cylinder servants.
Oh wait, I haven't. Oh wait, it's not. Okay. Let's load that again. Actually get the stamina to make the jump. Oops.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebhum. Even the voice and their
Ooh,
memories.
witnesses. I didn't know there were so many.
And then, somehow, the Trebhum
How come I
remembered
can't get that bounce there?
it was
Weird.
called the Mathematician.
Harassed by a witness. It's so hard to get them off your case, isn't it?
Finally, the
Rotary.
trees that the elder had told them to find were within the Trebhum's grasp. But though the Trebhum were happy,
Okay.
they realized that they faced a new challenge.
But I kept getting crushed by the cylinders. As the game entails. Shoot. Straight up bounce.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form
Witness.
terrified the Trebhum.
In a bad spot.
Even the voice and their memories seemed frightened of it. And then
There we go.
the Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was called the Mathematician. weeping trees that the elder had told them to find were within the Trebham's grasp.
Okay.
But though the Trebham were happy, they
They
realized
didn't get crushed by the stealing result. Okay. Side. I mean, there isn't a very good control here, and I'm more experienced with going on the right side.
what was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebham. Even the voice and their memory seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebham remembered the creature's name.
Oh, there's a witness right there.
The mathematician.
I didn't start the timer. That was ridiculous. Okay. We're going on the right side this time. Great. Okay, time is running.
What was this monstrous
What
creature?
was this monstrous creature?
Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebham. Even the voice and their memory seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebham remembered the creature's name.
Yeah, that witness seems like it can be annoying.
Mathematician.
Although I don't normally get got by the witness on my runs. $102. It isn't like a huge difference. Interesting. Huh? Side 1, 2. Left side again. It can easily be my experience level. This is the 10 seconds.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebham. Even the voice and their memory seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebham remembered the creature's name. It was called the Mathematician.
I tripped on a whole dang tree.
Finally, the weeping trees that the elder had told them to find were within the Trebham's grasp.
What?
Though the Trebham
Oh, I didn't.
they realized that they faced a new challenge. The ripe fruit were floating out
Ridiculous. Hmm.
Even with the ability to float, overcoming the cylinder would have to be done very carefully. What they needed was a geyser that was well positioned, close to the cylinder, when it lay still, or their plan would never work. They would have to keep looking, and meanwhile, they would try not to think about what sort of monster could kill one of the flying circles.
I wonder. He's not exactly need. Yeah, but going too fast breaks everything.
What was this monstrous
Oh,
creature?
it goes towards
Was
him.
this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of?
Let me like really crank up the volume on this so I can hear them jumping. Hey, what up? Shoot.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned?
Right into a witness. How about that?
Its very form terrified the Trebor.
I'm not getting good
The
jump.
voice and their memory seemed frightened.
My mic sounds a bit big. It's trying to noise cancel my printer running in the background. It has like freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 stepper motors running actively behind me, and it's trying to like it's trying to cut all that down.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder servants? The ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebor. Even the voice and their memory seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebor
Little
remembered
fish
the
feet.
creature's name. It was called the Mathematician.
Run! You what up, dog day? Trying to see if just skipping across the water here, because it's right in line with that tower. Although, you know, going too fast here breaks everything.
The Mathematician vanished as quickly as he...
Won't that animal come get you? What animal?
What lay behind the cylinder?
The giant. Nah, he's just chilling over there. Almost. The cylinder goes far and wide. It is eternal. By going... Oh, I didn't step on the light. Okay. Let's try that again. Now let's do it right. It's coming. This ain't looking too good. There we go. Still can't see. Dang. Excuse me? Point, no. Do I have to touch the ground? Trying to see if I can use save shenanigans to speed that cylinder up. Shoot. I'm gonna touch this thing, touch the ground, and see if the checkpoint happens when you touch the ground or when you go out the back side of the tower. You touch the ground around the back here and see if the checkpoint happens. Yeah. So it's touching the ground right around back here that causes the checkpoint. Can I use the checkpoint? That is what? I don't know what is what. Some of them just don't want to move fast. Kind of like a big tsunami. Oh, the cylinder here? And I don't know what causes it, but occasionally, especially on Fire Tsunami, yeah. Occasionally the red wall here deals damage. And I think it always does it on the save I have here. Something about my save for the 8th run is like possessed. Yeah.
Servants, the ones the elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the
Crash
Trebhum.
game. Okay.
Even
put
the
it in my
voice
notes,
on their
so it
memory
has to
seemed
happen.
frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was called the Mathematician. Overcoming this Wellpan would never work out to think about what sort of monster could kill one of the flying serpents. Could king, and meanwhile they would try not to think about what sort of monster could kill one of the flying serpents.
We wait until the end of the line. Oh, and you're getting the heat wall too. Why is that? Because it's clearly not supposed to happen. Yeah. And this was in a full game run too. You lost a person.
The Valdrin and forgotten.
To return
Oh, which means you had to eat a fruit too.
a profound feeling
That
of
was
futility overcame the
2758.
Despite having miraculously survived their encounter with the mathematician, they were back to where they'd started.
Also, while you're here, so for the level runs, I know that anyway, when you start a full game run, you start at chapter 1 and go to the end of it. So that's exactly the same for chapter 1. But I think the other chapters, dang, my mic is really loud. The other chapters here, it's different whether you're doing it in a full game run or starting from the chapter. And I think as part of the like chapter rules, you have to start at the chapter. Or I don't know if it's in the rules, but I think it should be that it starts like at the chapter, like from the menu, rather than because like chapter 1's fine as part of a full game run because it's exactly the same. But for the future, any like chapter 2, I don't think should be chunked out of a full game run, if that makes sense. All right, I'm glad we agree on that because we're the only 2 people, so that's all that matters. You took everything. I was doing other things for a week, and he's got everything. Still got that one. My print back there seems to be going all right. The ninth round, float over cylinder, cutscene. Pine tree with pear. Yeah, there is somewhat of a disadvantage, but for example, like instead of chunking it out of a full game run, if you were to start at chapter one and just spend like 10 hours gathering as much material as you could, and then starting chapter two with all that to get an advantage, like spending all that time to get like a slight advantage over starting from chapter two in the menu, that would be boring, and that and is a ton of setup. But you could probably like, I don't know, gather up, I don't know the max Trebum capacity, but you could go around for 10 hours collecting crystals, upgrading everything. Yeah. The After the eighth run there, I need to do a lot more testing with that because it's just so uncertain. Like what makes the red wall kill you after going past the cylinder? What like where exactly can you start running for the Bye Dog Day? Where exactly you can start running or go past the blue wall in order to start the cylinder. And I'm trying to figure out. I know it probably won't be that easy, but I'm trying to figure out if there's some shenanigans you can do with the saving in order to get the cylinder to show up faster. Because that last run there takes a long time for the cylinder to get to you. There's a huge discrepancy between your speed and the cylinder speed, which there's only like a few times where that happens, where you have to like wait for a while for the cylinder to show up. I'm gonna see about just loading, or no, wrong button. Every wrong button. Making a new save in chapter one to get that eighth run. Because the save I have saved, strange enough, basically always has the red wall that kills you after going past the cylinder. Which is strange, because it would mean that like something before the end of the eighth run causes that.
Relieved at having bested
Whoa!
the Trebhum now found themselves seeking the help they had been promised. Who would answer their questions in this place?
I thought there was a roof here. How do you get that big bounce? In your run, you went like right from the ground all the way up to that platform. of my way, please? A huge jump to do on the first bounce. There we go. Huh. I'm just not fast enough. Nothing to it. Some kind of sauce. Oh, that would be too easy. Oh, that would be too good. Oh, I can't even hit it with water. Wait, I did hit it. I wonder if it's the distance or the wall. I can get out here. It's the distance. It's just just so slightly far away. Crazy.
encountering another elder was a happy moment. The Trebhum asked how they might survive the cylinder, and the elder replied, "I can feel your fear, little ones. Ever since this cataclysm began, we have been
Any
seeking
way to
to
skip
stop it.
the fellas
But the
talking
cylinder is relentless
would
and
be a great
indestructible.
time save.
It will consume
They
everything
just
in its path.
go on.
So,
They just go on.
perhaps what we need to do is go behind it. I have discovered a mutation that allows us to rise into the sky.
Like, how much of the total run is just these guys talking?
Grows a special fruit that floats as it becomes.
Oh yeah, we skipped the
It is
Cube
the key
Temple
to the
one, so that's
transformation
a really
I
good
have
one.
undergone. With it, you can use geysers to
If
float
there be
well
any
above
way
the
to skip
cylinder's
this
height.
one, actually.
My only regret is that I have grown too old and weak to help you with this task. If you find any glimmer of hope
Like the whole
on the
temple.
other side, remember
I
me.
never experimented with that. I never experimented with trying to skip this entire temple. There could be an easy solution right in front of us.
Sadness and fear filled the Trebhum's
75% of the run is
hearts as they
just
found this cave. Their only path
them
to
talking.
salvation was full of uncertainty, and they could not forget.
Is there a huge delay? Try resetting, refreshing your page and see if the delay diminishes.
The Trebhum had never seen this mysterious tree the elder spoke of. They would
So I
have to
notice a lot that you go around
hope it lay somewhere ahead.
the left side of
The
this mountain
cylinder
here.
would give them no other choice.
A bit, I guess. That's a huge delay. I got this mic, and it's a real good mic. But because it's a real good mic, it picks up everything. Because that's what mics do. And I am having trouble finding like a good noise suppression way, you know? Oh, close. I don't have the filter track, but we just left the filter track on.
They were still nowhere near the mysterious tree they were supposed to find. But the voice in their memories encouraged them. It was wild.
Oh, this is run number 8, isn't it?
Rock,
Great.
and it could sense the soil under their feet changing.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how far I can get, and then right before it kills me, I'm gonna pause and turn on easy cylinder and see how it reacts to that. Didn't react too well. Also, I noticed you had easy creature aggressiveness off. Was there any reason for that? Yeah, I noticed that you did switch to easy cylinder in the 8th run, but while you were doing that, I saw that the easy creature aggressiveness was off. Like the easy creature target. What is it called? Yeah, the easy creature aggressiveness. That was set to off as well. Holy crap, this is a patently terrible 8th run design, and I just fell in a pit. No, I forgot that's the easy mode. Ah, okay.
What was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder's servants? The ones the Elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebhum.
Yeah, this is not
Even
faster.
the voice on their memory seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was called the Mathematician.
We could go past before he leaves. It does not start the cylinder. Shoot. I think we could do like a BLJ.
Even with the ability to float,
So
overcoming the
the
cylinder would have to be
mathematician
very
did not go back over.
All they needed was a geyser that was well positioned, close to the cylinder, when it lay still. Or their plan would never work. They would have to keep looking, and meanwhile, they would try not to think about what sort of monster could kill one of the flying serpents.
That point. But this restarts the mathematician. Yeah. This is just so messed
What
up.
was this monstrous creature? Was this one of the cylinder's servants? The ones the Elder had warned them of? Its very form terrified the Trebhum. Even the voice on their memory seemed frightened of it. And then, somehow, the Trebhum remembered the creature's name. It was called the Mathematician.
And now it starts rolling. Hmm. I wish I could, like, give myself invincibility, because I want to see what happens if you get to that tower over there. There is a tower. I wonder, this is a huge wonder, if that's actually, like, the area you start chapter 2 at. Oh. There's the fur body. There it is. That was quick. I'm gonna look up if there's like a debug mode. Endless mode? There's an endless mode?
No, Loki! Oh wow! Quickly drives that PS4. So people are. Since it's Luna. Why is the chat not working? Oh wait, oh now we see it. And does that show both of them?
Oh, it's not even showing up.
Yep, it shows both of them, of course. We can see both YouTube chat and Twitch chat, so we can... I'm gonna try and...
Is endless mode even real? What am I... Personal best 815 meters? Oh, yeah, you can hear that. Endless mode. It seems a lot of people have played it. For some reason I know like almost nothing about the community around the Eternal Cylinder. How do you get this endless mode? Like, it's probably not part of the game, but what mod is it? Someone made like a movie.
A personal project of mine that
Where's the cheat button? Where's the hack button? The button for hacks. Huh. So there's a cheat engine thread for the Eternal Cylinder. and someone requested a way to modify health, minerals, food, water, temperature, etc. And then people have replied with a +1, a +1, a +1, a +1, two +1s, a +1, two more +1s, a +2, a +1, a +1 again. But nobody did it. Okay, someone did do it. How do I get infinite health? I tried to figure this out a year ago, and I've forgotten everything. I'm gonna have to relearn Cheat Engine. Windows protected my PC. Because it's just titled Cheat Engine. And it has access to a lot of things. The tutorial. Is it tutorial? Open process. The eternal cylinder. Okay. The process list window now open. Look for this tutorial process in the list. It will look something like 0000 1F98 tutorial, yada yada. In the list. The process list window now open. Oh, it wants me to, okay. It wants me to modify Cheat Engine tutorial. Whatever. So if I remember correctly, it scans for like values in the game, and you can set the parameters. Exact value. Unknown initial value. Okay. Let's go with first scan. Why to make that sound? Okay. So now we're going to scan for a smaller than value. I'm going to use up some stamina. And then scan now. Oh, changed value. So it decreased value, next scan, that didn't work. Unknown initial value. You know, it's weird that nobody else had been speedrunning the game. Like one guy a year ago made the speedrun category, and then I did all of them. And now, like a year after that, one more person has joined. And though it doesn't seem like a terribly small game, because there was 20 people asking for a cheat engine for this game online. What's that noise mean? I probably have to do the tutorial. The game is awesome, especially as a speedrun. There's so much potential. Alright, I'm looking up the cheat engine tutorial. Here we go.
All games and programs have
Cheat
data
engine for
such as
video.
coins, countdowns, and levels stored as variables. Let's take a typical game where you want to collect as many coins as possible. Coins will typically be stored as an int value. That means that it's going to be a whole number without decimals. Whereas a timer, for example, would probably be either a double or a float type. That's because timers and countdowns usually have decimal numbers which count down to show you exactly how many milliseconds are left before you can use the skill again. To demonstrate how to use Cheat Engine to modify these values by going to Help and starting the Cheat Engine tutorial. I'll press Next to go to the first level. So in this first level, if we ignore the text, you have a health countdown. Every time you click on the Hit Me button, the health will be decreased. Your goal for this one is to set the health to
He's just going through the
1000.
tutorial. Wonderful. Close everything. Cheat Engine. Tutorial. Open this. Select. It should be tutorial 8664 exe. Processes, okay. Next, exact value scanning. Exact value. So scan type exact value, value 96. Scan. First scan. Next scan 93. And there's nothing. I messed up. Go for a decreased. It clearly ain't working. We go with all of them. Why did I select 96? New scan. 76. Now we want 73. And it's not here. I'm done. To find the value, there are different ways. Tell you the easiest. The value type is set to at least 2 bytes or 4 bytes. I have the value type to all, so it should scan everything. Reset everything. Exact value 73. Let's do it 4 bytes. We've got 68 now. 68. Go next scan. Go 67. And 5. 4. One of these two. Nine. Okay. So I can change this value. How do I do that? Double click the address and list. The address pop up and list at the bottom. Double click the value. Right there. Okay. And set it back to 69. Okay. $1,000. Okay. Wonderful. Eight. Yeah. Scan to 55. There's nothing. Yeah. I'm gonna have to completely relearn everything. Four bytes. Value type 4 bytes. Scan type exact value. When the value type is set correctly, make sure the scan type is set to exact value. Then fill in the number of your health, 55. 5, 5. Hit the first scan. That's a bunch of that. Find more than one address. Click the hit me. Bang. Fill in the new health value into the value box and click next scan. That's a 54. I'm good. Do I load this in? Okay. There we go. I guess I clicked the wrong thing. Next. Unknown initial value. New scan. Unknown initial value. Let's get rid of that. Minus 10, so decreased by. Ah, shoot. Okay, first scan. Hit me, minus 2, decreased by. Decreased by 2. Again. Decreased by 10. Now decreased by 6. Ooh. Ooh. Now decreased by 10 again. It's one of these 4. Decreased by 1. I wonder if this is it. Undo that. And I know that the value is between 0 and 500. Change the health. When it's time to hit me, you lose some of your health. We're not even going decreased by, just decreased value. Oh. Rescan, unknown initial value. 4 bytes per scan. Nothing. Decreased value. Decreased value. Decreased value. Decreased value. Decreased value. There's 1. Value 941 should be 5,000. There we go. Okay. Ammo. Float and a double. And both are stored as floating point notations, but health is stored as a float and ammo is stored as a double. Uh, Hit me. Strange value. I'm dead. That's a lot. Okay. Scan. Unknown initial value. First scan. Now decreased value. Gotta be one of you. Here. Okay. This is gonna. Let's see if I can do the Eternal Cylinder. Full stamina. Scan. Some 4 bites. And then search for decreased value. Pull up anything. Do that instead. Now, I'm just waiting for it to go back up. Next scan is an increased value. Bam. That's a lot. And then we're gonna look for a decreased value after I do all this zooming around again. Decreased value for the next scan. Go back up for another increased value. Hit them up again with another increased value, shake it up on them. Increased value. The next one's increased. Without knowing how they store information, there's no easy way to search for it. That's an increased value. Do a decreased value. Another increased value. Let's really show this. It's some riveting gameplay, assuredly. Increased value. We have decreased value. It's whittling down little by little. Increased value. We hit them with a few increased values. Way down to 4,000. $800. There's still 800 values that follow all of the parameters we set forth of going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up. And because it went up again. Now let's make it go down. There's a decreased value. Scan 128. $70. Another increased value. Decreased, right? Yeah. Decreased value. Let's look at a glowing. Let's look at a increased value. Alright. When it gets much harder to whittle down. Okay, all of these are staying with us. So these all must be somewhat related. I'm gonna go one by one and increase these values. Change that to a 6 or a 5. Not really anything happening. The value is completely different. 91, 71, 7. Sit here a little longer. It's gone up by 2 orders of magnitude. Now it hasn't changed much. Put this on 3. See what happens there. Change freaking everything. This has gone back to a 0.8. So it references something that I also have to change. Any of these could be the gosh darn sprint meter. One of those was it. Because if you saw before this showed up, actually, yeah, there's no stamina. So one of those values was the stamina, and I crashed the game. Let me put everything off. Oh. Value is unknown. Alright, everything changes address when it... Oh, shoot. Well, in error thread 0, please fill something out. Unknown initial value. I'm gonna do all that again. No. I'm gonna look around more on the internet for how to do this. Youth guard, is that what they're called? I jumped over it. Oh, I got into it. I didn't know it was like green and stuff. I thought it was just all purple. Oh no, that's yeeted. I just got yeeted. Okay. Okay. They made it easier to use cheats. How am I gonna do this? It would be so good for testing if we could just set values or be invincible. Ah. There's something we can do. Red flag. I'm just trying to do testing, man. Red. Okay. Decrease the value. Oh, new scan. Okay. Unknown initial value. Anyway. Decreased value. Okay. Scan. And here's what we're gonna do. In order to shave it down a ton, I just remembered. In order to shave it down a ton. Because there's a ton of values that is constantly changing. You can look for values that don't change. Because I haven't unpaused the game at all. The stamina value should be exactly the same. Now, go for an increased value. Whoa. Oh, great. Oh, we go back again. I buggered it. I buggered it all up. Ah. Enable speed hack. Hold on. Frick. Ooh. Now this is a speed run. Not loading. It's not loading. Well, if it's this easy to change the speed, why can't I just change the health? I need... Dude, I'm gonna die. Oh, I can't do the super jump because it's going so fast. Let's do about 0.5 speed. I ain't jumping very high. Unrandomizer? Alright. Hmm. I don't know how to do this. The fastest I can get to an upgrade shrine. Is there anywhere that it shows your health as a number? I didn't know there was a little sound effect when you click on your guys. Get an upgrade shrine. Where's there an upgrade shrine? I'm out of practice.
Deep in their memories, the Trebhum carried a fragment of knowledge about this temple. It had once been a place of learning, where wise Trebhum came to study the crystals, but the memory was incomplete.
A lot of the terrain here doesn't have camera blocks. The camera can just go right through it. Although I've rubbed my Trebhum guys up against every surface in this temple. There was no way to just glitch out of there.
The Elder was sad to hear the story of the Trebhum and their failed journey behind the cylinder. You have been through so much. I wish I did not have to place even greater burdens upon you. But we Trebhum are not meant to live in this cold and cruel place. You must continue your voyage. You must cross the waters and reach the ancient lands of the desert. There lies the only hope for our people. You see, we Trebhum once had the means to sing to the stars and build vessels that allowed us to dance in the heavens. Seek one of these floating palaces. They may be the key to finding salvation in these times of despair. Farewell, brave little ones. May we meet again someday in another world.
There's food. Been told, it's said on the internet, your minerals right here. So I have to search between 10 and 11. Said it was a float. Let's see. Understand. Value between 10. And 11. Four. Still 12, even after I changed. Huh? Went back. Change all these to 15. Huh. 12. No, 15. Okay. So which one did I change to do that? Mic is too low now? Okay, let me see about that. Yoda? Yoda? Oh, does this actually change the value? Is this slider here actually changing the volume of the microphone? It doesn't look like it on the bar. Okay. Shoot. I don't know if that's any better. I have 1,000 crystal. I wonder what the next upgrades are. Why am I doing food storage first? Look at health. Stamina. It is a lot. 10. So the max level is 10. Let's see. Put stamina right there. Oops.
The projection shared a recipe with the Trebhum. one which could protect them from the light of the cylinder's servants.
Yep. Stamina. You got food on them.
The apparition spoke to the Trebhum. "Do not leave this cave without extracting its riches," it said. "The walls hide valuable minerals necessary for our recipes and other important matters. Now, while the common Trebhum has no way of processing them, our crafty ancestors created a mutation capable of performing such a task." The apparition faded, and the Trebhum was sad. It was almost like losing one of their elders.
How big does stamina get? If it's just 2 wheels. Just water. Okay, it seems to just be 2 wheels. Water storage. I'm going to change my health to search for its value. It sucks that, they don't show you a number for your health. You just gotta do the up and down. Not really anything that consistently hurts you without killing you. Maybe this way? There's no way to know if it's a float or double or... Check online, it should have been... Minerals is a float, yeah. The values for your skill levels are 4-byte integers. Very easy to find. If you search the memory nearby, you can find the others without needing to filter through them. 4 bytes plus exact value? Oh yeah. let's see about this. Here we search between 10 and 11. I gotta do all that nonsense again. Value between 15 and 10. These 4, which reference each other. That one. Okay. Health is still level 2. These are a 4-bit. 4-byte exact value. The value is 2. Read. Four. Five. Now it's 6. Let's see. That did anything. That's not pretty good. Can I save in here? Yeah.
The projection shared a recipe with the Trebhum, one which could protect them from the light of the cylinder's servants.
A recipe.
The apparition spoke to the Trebhum. Do not leave this cave without extracting its riches.
I am going to leave this cave
The
without
walls hide
extracting its
valuable
riches.
minerals
You
necessary
can't tell me
for
what
our
to do.
recipes and other important matters. Now, while the common Trebhum has no way of processing them, our
Wait, I'm
crafty
pretty sure I
ancestors
extracted like every
created a
rich
mutation
possible.
capable of performing such a task.
I got 1,000
The
levels of health,
apparition faded,
supposedly.
and the Trebhum was sad. It was almost like losing one of their elders.
How am I going to test that? How am I going to test that? You hit me. Hit me for recharge. Promising. Yes. Still going down. But I did only make it level 100. Let's see if I make it level... Huh, interesting. I mean, it seems to have worked. Got a ton of health. I wonder how long it can last against the cylinder. You know, there's like it changes where it references the values a lot, and you have to find where it's referencing and change that directly so that it doesn't. No, that's just that's just an instant death. Well, I'm gonna hop off right there. I'll fiddle around with this some more some other time to do more testing. And I'll see y'all later.